What's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over my top 10 engraving sets that I think you guys should be building here, seeing how busted they truly are. Now, majority of these I actually do have. I'm only missing 2 of them, and 1 of them I'm making today, in which all of these I do think in some way, some form are going to be insanely helpful for your account. If you just care about doing some extra things here and just absolutely smiting a couple bosses and things, these is probably going to be the engravements you want to go for. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. The one disclaimer I gotta say is I'm not including any of our DPS sets, mainly because this can actually prefer on the person. For example, if you like Axe Melee, obviously it makes sense to go for the Axe Meliodas outfit. Or if you like Longsword Melee, obviously it makes sense to go for the Longsword outfit. So I'm not gonna get into that side of things. We're mainly focusing on bursters, just supporters overall, and then somewhat debuffers. Those are all gonna come in handy. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So checking out immediately with the engraved woman here, we can immediately check that at the top of the list, we're going to start off with obviously the girl Daisy here, and her best one that I say a lot of people should end up building at this point in time is going to be the spring robe. Her second one being the spirit of exploration wasn't all bad, but the spring robe came here and told everyone to move over, mainly because not only this is helping you out with just regularly reducing the critical resistance of a target, but it also is helping you out with crit chance, which is absurdly nice. Okay, a lot of us do need a ton of this crit chance, and when it is paired with the electric version of her, we're able to get the best of both worlds. Both a crit damage type thing here that's going to help us out a lot, a lovely crit chance finite stat here, and then of course the passive stat that gives you a crit chance bonus here as well. So you're able to actually help out your entire team, and with a level 3 one of these, which unfortunately I think I have like a level 2, level 3 one of these, you're actually able to get a 10% crit chance bonus, which is insanely worth it for anyone who truly wants to do the best for their whole team. I think this is one of the #1 outfits that you guys should try to invest in here, leading us to our next outfit that we're going to talk about, and this is going to be DIANE's Cheerful Girl outfit here. Now, this one I feel like is insanely helpful if you're still using DIANE for, like, I want to say some aspects of Furs and Mines and some aspects of the majority of the rest of the content, such as like the Abyss version of GUILA, Spider Dungeon if you're preparing for that later down the line. And the reason why this is mainly just so helpful is because you're able to use an ultimate move, and with this set ultimate move here, you're actually able to equate your HP and restore some of this. Now this is also going to help out your skill damage, which is obviously going to be great as long as you can get a burst off. With DIANE, which many of us do use the gauntlets as well for her, she's able to already build up a burst bar, so it does go hand in hand with each other. But every time we use our HP equal to max of our HP, our shatter resistance boost is gained for 15 seconds too, which allows us to go ahead and make sure we don't take that extra damage, which is always going to be insanely nice here. If you guys do know, certain bosses do have pierce, which can go through your defense, which shatter resistance is going to obviously let you take a little bit less damage. Now we see this all the time when we're using DIANE here, where if a boss hits you, you're restoring a little bit of HP. Every now and again, depending on how high your shatter resistance is, of course, the boss is going to slap through that and still deal a decent chunky damage to you. Well, using this actual outfit here, not only are you getting that lovely HP restore here based on your ultimate move that you use here, you're getting a normal skill increase based on the burst that's activated, which you're using most likely the burst version of DIANE, and then you're able to at least tank that and get some heals, which is always great. I think this is a really good outfit. It's unfortunate that like versus Gallon, I tried it. I think it's mainly just my build for her. It's terrible, but versus Gallon is the only place that I have not been able to successfully use this outfit here, because she just gets fly swatted. Now, every now and again you could get a burst heal out of it, but it's kind of rare, but it's still a really good engravement set. Now going on to our next person here, we actually have 2 for GILA here, one of them being obviously Light Footsteps, and then being the new one being Crimson Flames Trail. All you have to know about this one is this is mainly your defensive one, and this is your burst builder. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the defensive one first. I recently ended up building this, and this was mainly for the newest time space one that I did for time space junction, and this is actually insanely helpful. Not only are we getting a lot more barrier efficiency, which is insanely worth it for what's it called, the shield itself, and actually tanking a lot more, but you get an HP increase. And alongside of this here, whenever we do use a tag, and if we're hit it or if we're hit by an enemy who's taunted, we restore our tag gauge. Now, alongside of this here, the cool part about this is for GUILA, she has a normal skill that gives you a barrier. Well, whenever you do use a said tag skill here with her on this outfit, you're able to make that normal skill cooldown, aka her barrier, go down by 30% at a level 1 basis. Go ahead and get this level 3. That's a lovely 50%, meaning that's going to come back very quick and allow you to absolutely just keep that shield up at pretty much a 100% uptime, which is just insane to think about. You just have consistent defense all the time, and you don't really have to worry about any damage coming your way. Even once you do get hit, this outfit gives you extra HP increase, so either way, you're going to be able to tank a lot of damage. As for the other one, it's the exact opposite. This one doesn't tank whatsoever, but this is the new fire burster set. Now, Tristan has to step aside on the fire away here. Tristan's still insanely good, but this outfit is crazy. Not only are we getting a little bit of fire attack, but the fire burst efficiency that she gets from this alone is already great. The outfit itself as well is based on each normal attack that we do on a burned enemy, which we're able to proc very easily with GUILA herself. As long as we're able to have that burn enemy, we're increasing the effect's duration by a certain few seconds. Now, this doesn't sound like much until you read the second half. This decreases the enemy's fire burst resistance by 1.2% up to an amount of 4% on the highest level 3, which can go for 20 seconds. Now, this stacks. This is at 9.6% for fire burst resistance, right? Well, on the highest one, that is 32%, meaning any fire burst resistance that they have, that's not going to exist anymore. You're pretty much going to be able to build up your fire burst faster than before, which is insane. With the new type of rerollers that we have coming for passives as well as for substats, this may be very helpful for a lot of you guys, and I think a lot of you guys do want to build this outfit. Now, going ahead and going to our next character here, this is going to be one of the OGs called JERICHO here, and I definitely got to say, JERICHO still to this day has one of the more broken burst outfits. The broken outfit itself being the Holy Knight with the star-shaped visor. This one allows you not only to get a cold burst efficiency, but some normal attack damage increase. This is very important because obviously we're going to be building off our burst gauge of this, and with her, seeing that JERICHO is able to teleport behind the enemy or get behind the enemy quite often here, with every back attack that you end up doing, she has a burst gauge that can go up by 20, or at the highest one go up by 30. This then decreases the cold burst resistance by 3% at the highest and 2% at the lowest. Pretty darn interesting, and can get you up a lot of burst pretty quickly. And in the new time junction that we're currently dealing with, this is a very, very helpful just armor set to have in general that I think a lot of you guys will want to invest in. But the next broken thing is going to be this set here, Loot Bar. Loot Bar is a top-up website that is trusted, secure, and immensely cheaper than many in-game stores, in which you may have heard of it quite often if you're in the gacha gaming space, and for good reason. Lootbar.gg is my main way of saving money, seeing that you can get up to 20% off on many games and their currency. The way that they do this is by using official top-up channels, unlike unauthorized sellers do, in which I use them quite often. But not only for just 7DS Origin, but my main game P5X, Duet Night Abyss, and that's always been the thing on this channel. I'm a little bit of a cheapskate, so of course, if I can save some money, it obviously has helped me out a lot. They're pretty fast and reliable, and the more you use them, well, the faster it's gonna end up being. All you gotta do is click my link down below, which will give you various deals for in-game items, all on 7DS Origins. Give it a little bit of time and the item that you purchase will be delivered for you to enjoy. If you'd like to support the channel and consider, of course, staying around, consider checking that loot bar link down below. It really does help me out and allows me to make good videos like this all the time. But with this out the way, let's go ahead and check into the video. All right, after that lovely interruption here, once again, you guys, check out Loot Bar. It's absolutely amazing here. We've been doing a good job, and I've been vouching for a huge coupon code for you guys, so see that happening very soon. But all sales means a lot to me and helps out the channel. But let's go ahead and talk about the next gear set, which is obviously going to be TIOREH's gear set. Now, this one is called the Heat of Support, and this one is a very interesting one itself. It's one of the few that I am willing to make here because I just recently got my TIOREH to P10, so I really want to understand how this does work. A bunch of my friends have been trying it out and they love it, seeing that it does help them out on the heals a ton. And as you can see, it gets up the healing efficiency, the magic charging efficiency, which is very helpful for anyone who needs a lot of magic charge. Cough, cough, Escanor can still use that a little bit there. But at this point here, you're mainly just increasing your healing efficiency, and then upon using your special attack, you will then restore your tag gauge. This means that she will always get up your tag gauge all the time here. She will give you tons of heals, and at that P10 amount, you're obviously having that mobile healing with you being an insanely good sustain. Being able to do all of this here with just one outfit is actually insanely worth it, and is one of the few things that I think she has in her kit that is going to be very, very helpful as an engravement set. The set's called Adventurer's Beginning, and I definitely do think this is one of the few that you guys want to look into. With a healing efficiency of 40% all the way going to 50%, it is pretty darn good. The tag gauge increase is the main thing though that you're looking for. Now going ahead and moving to our next character here, this is going to be a character out of the ordinary, being DREDRIN. Now, one of the outfits, after going ahead and looking at least the other two and the one I ended up making recently, I do think this is probably his best outfit, and this is going to be called the Solid Defense outfit. Reasoning for this is because you're getting up your holy attack, you're getting the magic charge efficiency and HP increase. This is more of a chunky type build itself here, while giving you some buffs that can be very helpful if you're a person who swaps in and out of characters. Not only this here, the outfit itself does help you out with your magic points as well as your tag skill. Well, I say help you out with magic points when in reality it's more likely just like depending on them being low. But if they are low here, pretty much your tag skill is going to be benefiting, because every time you go ahead and swap on in here, it is going to obviously let you increase your magic charge efficiency by 16% up to a max of 24%. If you're ever going ahead and using him for a tag skill, just a DPS move itself here, you are increasing your damage, which is pretty darn nice. And this is all going to be going in a good 20-second period. Now, it does gradually just get up in both the damage as well as the magic charging efficiency. I don't know how much mine is actually. I think mine has a weird passive of, let's see, I think 2. Which let's double check here for research purposes right now. We have a level 1 one actually. So once again, 16% for 20 whole seconds, not too bad, but like it's also not the craziest thing, but it does help out a lot if you're a person who needs that extra magic efficiency, which if you're using like Holy Scanor or anything like that, any of the characters that actually do want their ults a little bit, this can come in handy. Plus with the outfit itself, going along with the actually rapier skill set here, he's already building up a ton of magic charging efficiency, making you get that ult really, really quickly, and just utterly helping you out with the attack bonuses that he gets on here, and so on and so forth. I think DREDRIN's outfit is honestly really worth building here, especially if you're using him as a supporter. And with the third one finally being added, a lot of people might end up deciding using him. Now going ahead and going to our man Tristan, we couldn't forget about him. Unfortunately, he's been recently dethroned a little bit when it comes down to the fire efficiency itself here. But when it comes down to this set, he is number 1 in. Now this set is called Princess Val here, in which this is the Wind Burst outfit. And seeing we don't really have a Wind Burster, this is definitely worth it. Now, of course, some people would argue and say that we could use HOWZER as one, which is very probable, but I do think that Tristan is keeping this mantle held pretty high here. If we can see, we have the actual passive giving yourself wind attack and wind burst efficiency, and alongside with the passive up and comer, this one we have landing the ultimate move increases our enemy's burst gauge by 40. And if an enemy or an ally, activates a wind burst, all allies hero attack damage, normal attack damage, is increased by 12 seconds. Now this is actually a pretty big one, because anyone who needs the normal attack damage, not normal skill damage, just normal attack damage, is obviously going to deal more. Characters like HOWZER, like at least Elaine, are really going to use their normal attack damages. For example, the attack string for Elaine does take down her cooldown a little bit as well if you can fully complete it. Meaning, as long as you're getting this normal attack buff, you're going to deal a lot more damage, especially off of that wind burst, which is going to be very helpful. Though 90% of the time you still are going to be using your skills with Elaine here, the normal attack damage buff is always great. If you get the extra levels, of course, it can go anywhere from 40, 50 to 60 burst gauge, and then the attack damage itself can go anywhere from 12 to 20% attack damage. Pretty darn good, and I think it is a really good one. Another one of the sets that I actually am missing that we are most likely going to be building today, because this is one of the few sets that I do want to get, and I do think it's going to be worth it. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to our last two folks that we're going over today here. One of them being HOWZER. Now, HOWZER is very good because of this outfit here. This set, everybody was telling me, hey, Blade, build it. You might want to build it. It's insanely worth it. It's insanely good. And they are not wrong. This is called the Secure Adventure here. And with this, you're able to increase your crit chance, debuff duration efficiency, and special attack damage increase as well. Well, here's the thing about this. You're going to need to use the special attack of this character in order to decrease the crit defense. So as the passive does state, using a special attack and landing it will decrease the enemy's crit defense by 40%. But alongside of this here, we have an inflict additional damage equal to 60% of the attack, and then it could very well bleed. If anyone does know this version of HOWZER himself, HOWZER is also able to take down crit resistance, which is insanely worth it. So if we go ahead and check out HOWZER here, and we got to check out, I believe it was the gauntlets here that actually had the bleeding. Yes, we're able to take down the crit resistance itself, which is also insanely good. But alongside of this here, any win heroes that are with us are obviously taking up our crit damage. For characters like Elaine and such, this having a set effect that also goes with this type of passive can obviously make you very, very strong and easily just destroy anything in your way. So I do think this is one of the few outfits that a lot of you guys are probably building or have already built recently, seeing that we've been doing a lot of videos and stuff like this to really check out some different teams. Now the last character that we're going to be going over, unfortunately, these three I didn't really make the cut fully. I do understand that DREYFUS does help out with the DOT extension. The only reason I didn't mention him is because we do have characters like Escanar that also do like DOT duration and increases DOT overall. So I didn't really mention this one too much here. It's kind of like an honorable mention. You could very well build it. But the last character that I did want to go over is going to be GILTHUNDER. Now, you guys have seen the videos. We've been doing Furs and Minds quite a lot, and GILTHUNDER is just a bursting king with this outfit. We have obviously the cooldown reduction, which is going to help out his skills overall, debuff duration efficiency, and lightning burst efficiency, which is insanely helpful already just thinking about it right there. But apparently by doing this here, bursting shock itself is the thing that really goes crazy. Upon activating a burst, it will then increase the enemy's shock duration by 6 seconds and restore your tag gauge by 1,200. Anyone who's absolutely taking advantage over this, which you're going to be doing this quite a lot inside of Furs and Minds, will have their tag gauge up a ton while also still dealing a decent bit of damage. Having that shock duration on there is also helping out a little bit of DOT inside that Furs and Minds area here, which is going to be very nice if you do a combine ult as well, doing a ton of damage with this character. I think this is a really good outfit for GILTHUNDER, and until we see other outfits come to be, this is definitely going to be his best one. The level 1 already does it for 6 seconds to 1,200 tag gauge, and then the level 3 goes to 10 seconds to a good 2,000 tag gauge as well, which is really, really worth it. But overall, those are my top 10 when it does come down to at least the engravement sets that I think you guys should invest in. Once again, a lot of these engravement sets I already do have. If we go ahead and take a look at my engraved sets, which I gotta actually go check them right here. If we take a look at my engravement sets, I already have a ton of these mugs here. We've been building non-stop, and we recently just built TIOREH's third one here, which I didn't really talk about in this video because I want to still test it. Unsure if it's just as good as it should be, but it's still insanely nice to at least have here. And obviously I'm going to give that a good little test and do a video on that later on. But I do think this is a really good thing to go ahead and give a try, you guys. A lot of these engravement sets that I went over today are fantastic, and I can't wait to make the other ones to really give them a test for you guys as well. But without further ado, remember, check out Loot Bar. I got some special codes coming on for you guys for some lovely, lovely discounts. And until next time, stay safe, stay sharp. Peace.